Hello everyone, this is Shrishti and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we have Abhilash with us, who is a scientist at BARC. So welcome to the Toppers Talk, Abhilash. I hope you are doing well.
Thank you, sister, for come asking me for come this session, and I'll be happy to deliver the experience and share the experiences with the participants who are going to appear in the BARC exam next.
Sure, sure. I think we can start this video with a small self-introduction of yourself, like from which place you belong to and where did you complete your BTech.
Okay, so see, I have completed my BTech from Triple IT Bhubaneswar in 2019, and that year itself I got selected for ISC Bangalore and BARC Mumbai. Okay, so I
Okay.
chose BRC Mumbai as my preference, and I joined here last year. And then 1 year is completed now. Training is already completed. Now after training, we had an option of choosing the place we can go. That there are certain vacancies, so I chose BRC Mumbai. Here I am
Okay.
working as a scientist in BARC Mumbai currently. This is my current post for this time being. Okay.
That's great, Abhilash. So why did you choose BARC? You said you had a choice of going to IISc also. So why did you choose
Yeah.
BARC?
See, that time, like I had like first thing I had some notion about that these jobs, like they have some work like cyber security, machine learning, and they are doing in the field of especially government jobs, in
Hmm.
government sector especially. Like they are improving some technology, like especially they are working in nuclear sector. ISRO is working in space related programs, satellite imaging, security. Again, DRDO is again working for our defense sector. So I actually particularly had some interest to go in these organizations only,
Hmm.
rather than like IS is also too good. Like it's a kind of best for the computer science student. Okay,
Right.
so but going there again, I landed up in some corporate job. Okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
and after here also, I have advantage. I can learn everything like going through some online lectures they put on the NPTEL.
Okay.
So I do not had an intention to go in the corporate sector, and basically I
Hmm.
wanted to work for these organizations only, and so that's why I joined that BRS. I preferred this organization.
Yeah, that's great again because you're working for our country and that's the best part about it.
Yeah, it is sometimes we give a sensation of like working for your country, like doing the some projects which are like you should not like should not have get the opportunity to work in the private and corporate sector.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
sometimes it gives a good feeling. Again, challenges are still there with us. Like we are working, we have less team. Like we don't have a big strength here. Okay,
Okay.
for computer scientists, especially in BARC, we have a less strength here. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so we have lots of projects. One people handle here like 3 4 projects minimum they used to handle. So a
Okay.
lot of things are there. So it depends upon you how much motivated you are for the country, and you'll do a good projects here, good mix of projects here.
Okay. Okay, Abhilash. So how did you get into BARC first of all?
Okay, so just I'm telling about the procedure. We had two options to go in the BR. First, BRC has two level of test, two tier of examination. First is like they conduct written or gate score. They shortlist on the basis of that. Then they
Okay.
used to conduct the interview. The
Hmm.
only portion which is important is interview. Okay, there is
Hmm.
no weightage for the shortlisting score or whatever written score or gate marks you have got. There is no weightage. So they
Okay.
conduct interview that is going to happen just in the next month in December. They are going to start it for this batch. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so there they will start and they usually their interview ends for a 1 hour, 1 hour
Okay.
near to 1 hour or greater than 1 hour. This is the thing
Hmm.
normally. So I
Hmm.
cleared. I came through at that time. I joined through written test. I cleared written test and then I appeared in the interview.
Okay.
An interview it was like quite a good experience for me. Like I nearly it was went for 1 hour. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
lots of thing, lots of deep understanding. They are asking about the questions not related to just solve one question, just calculate this. Okay, so
Okay.
not like numerical type, rather than they're thinking about your understanding, what is your point of view, and
Hmm.
something other than leak. Okay, if this was the best experience of the team. Okay, and that they give you so much opportunity because this 1 hour it's a
Hmm.
huge time. Okay,
Right.
so they give you a lot of opportunity, lot of hints also.
Mm-hmm.
So they try to come a conclusion based on your like whatever answer you are giving, like what is the approach on your particular problem, how you're solving a problem. This approach they are evaluating in the 1 hour. Okay, through each subject knowledge. So this is
Mm-hmm.
the basic thing they used to do in the interviews. So
Okay.
that I cracked and then I joined this.
Okay. you mentioned that there were two stages. Basically, the first stage was written test and then the interview part. So, how did you
Yeah.
prepare yourself for the written test?
Okay, for written test, I'll generally one statement I'll say that GATE syllabus is more than sufficient for you. Okay, rest knowledge we acquire through our BTech. Some computer graphics questions comes, one or two computer graphics, or
Okay.
one or two image processing related. That we have already studied, like convolution operation. Sometimes something we have in mind during
Hmm.
our semesters. We have studied like this. This is computer graphic. This is this Bresenham line drawing algorithm. This is
Okay.
splines. The simple questions. Okay, if you
Hmm.
remember, it's good. Don't remember, leave it. You can crack with your GATE knowledge also. Okay, because they
Okay.
don't have any fixed defined syllabus. Okay? They
Hmm.
don't define it. Okay, these questions we are going to ask. Okay,
Hmm.
some questions they sometimes ask on machine learning also. What is supervised learning? What is unsupervised? That is common knowledge that
Okay.
you must have acquired during your BTech. So that
Hmm.
common sense knowledge they used to ask, and questions will be simple because the time constraint is high, because they are asking I think 80 questions in 2 hours or something like this.
Hmm.
So the time constraint is 80 or 100 question, I think 100 questions in 2 hours. So
Okay.
time is very low for per question, so the questions will be easy, but you
Hmm.
need to solve it accurately.
Hmm. Hmm.
This year I have seen persons, they are very near, like 183 is cut off, so people have got 180, so by 3 marks, just one question, and they have
Hmm.
lost this. Okay, so this happens. Okay, that's why accuracy is very much important. Even if they have got 183.5 also,
Hmm.
184 also, they must have cracked this examination. And they, because the number is not a relevance for after the shortlisting, there is no relevance of marks, so
Hmm.
should come now, join here and go for the interview process. So that's a very important thing. So
Right. Right.
that's what I tell you, ki, like prepare for
Hmm.
your GATE syllabus
Hmm.
very diligently, and
Okay.
certainly you will crack this examination.
Okay. Okay. Understood, Abhilash. So, how was your interview experience at BARC? Like you
So
told, you
interview
had
is particular.
1 hour of interview.
uh,
So, how did it go?
yeah. So I would like to focus on interview only because
Hmm.
now most of the people are
Right. Right.
going to start this preparation and all, and because
Hmm.
time is very less, like they
Hmm.
are starting in December, so we have less time.
Hmm.
So one thing, like what I did, because I was during my semesters when my result came. Okay,
Okay.
for the BARC written. So
Hmm.
at that time I have had the projects, final year projects was going on. Okay, so first thing I did, I studied all the subjects, whatever notes I had for the every subject I have studied it.
Hmm.
Okay, the first foremost thing. Then I did some geeks for geeks articles I have studied, and then
Okay.
this was the basic preparation I did, and then I appeared for the interview. I would like to share the interview experience so that
Sure.
people can understand that
Hmm.
what are the processes and how they go in deep. Okay,
Hmm.
so starting with, if I'll say, after entering inside the hall, they will like to ask basic question. They will ask you about GPA,
Hmm.
when you passed out, what is your gate score, maybe the basic questions, so to make you comfortable, just to make you comfortable. There is no relevance in your marks. Okay,
Hmm.
even if you got all India rank 1, they will treat you equally with all India rank 700. Okay, so no
Okay.
issues with that.
Hmm.
Okay, so at that time, because they are testing already, so no need of that prior testing is required. Okay, so
Hmm.
at that time they ask you, and then they will ask you, generally they used to ask you write down the 3 4 or 5 better, like the subjects which you like
Hmm.
which so we generally used to write 5 subjects or 4 subjects, whatever we have, uh, whatever favorite subjects
Hmm.
we
Hmm.
have. Okay,
Okay.
then but this is not again a rule. They
Huh.
can ask you from all the disciplines, all 10 subjects they can ask. So better
Okay.
prepare all, like that, but focus on 4 or 5, whatever
Hmm.
like good
Like
subjects
the
you have.
subjects which you're stronger in, it is good to write
Yeah,
those.
you, yeah, good those subjects, because don't take like I'm taking mathematics because it's a good subject. Not good.
Hmm.
You are good, then you take it, because
Okay.
they are going to ask a very deep questions on that. So if you don't
Hmm.
know that subject, how will answer the questions? Okay,
Right.
but I started with like COA operating system, RDBMS, data structures, C, that I have written. The order was this.
Hmm.
And then they started with the question. The first thing they picked is, the first line they picked about is COA. Okay, nice.
Hmm.
No people have ever written COA. Like very few people have written COA in this thing,
Hmm.
interviews. So why you choose COA? The first question, very first question, why you choose COA? This is
Hmm.
not relevant to subject, but you need to answer why you have chose.
Hmm.
So simple answer. I told that I have an interest with like architecture part. Like I know the basics. Like I have studied microprocessors also, how they are working, how pipelines are working, how we are
Hmm.
making our computer fast. So I told the basic things, because and also I told that the current requirement is, if you'll say the current requirement, like we are working on machine learning, we are working
Hmm.
on the high performance computing things, and that time what is like giving you that edge? that architecture, all the design of the system you are designing, that is giving you the organization and architecture. So I told them, then they are a bit convinced, okay, so you chose because of that, so let's start. Then they ask you, you told machine learning, so how machine learning is helpful. Because you don't take a term name if you don't have the confidence to answer this. Don't take it, use that, the buzzwords of the
Right,
world.
right.
Okay, deep learning, it is used in deep learning, so they will ask why it is used in deep learning. Do you have any knowledge? Okay, the normal question they ask. So I used the word GPU. They asked why GPU are used in this deep learning, and why machine learning GPUs waste is going
Okay.
on. So at that time I had, because I studied a lot about, because before going that I had an interest on GPU, so I compared the CPU and GPU a lot. Okay,
Okay.
so I know the power consumption, even the how fast their GPUs are, and what are the basic characteristics. I've gone through them. So I explained that thing at that period of time. So basically, they again stressed some questions. What are the architectures, like SIMD, SISD, the Flynn's classifications? They asked, and then they again dived into COA, that pipelining concept. What are the pipelining concepts? Why we use this? Okay, what is the current stage of pipeline? And like currently, how many pipeline stages are there in your computer? Okay, so fortunately, I was knowing that time. So I told, because we never know that even our Intel Core i3 is using how much pipeline. Okay,
Right.
and we know that in a risk only pipeline is implemented. If someone will ask you, it is CISC architecture or risk architecture, again this is a question. They ask about CISC and risk. Again they ask about to name some CISC architectures. Again, then I explained that in CISC architecture basically we don't have pipelining. Then they told that i3 has pipelines. Then how you are telling that only risk architectures have pipeline? So again, you should have knowledge that even this risk architecture, these questions they will round, like they will try to give whatever answers you will give. They will try to, either we are knowing that you're just faking it out. Okay, so you try to go through those questions. Again, they speed up. They ask basic questions to speed up the power. They also ask the what is the clock frequency generally we have. You don't need to be exact. Just try to be, because whenever we are buying, we know that 2.1 gigahertz, 1.8 gigahertz, this is the processor speed. So this thing basically you need to. So that we started with COA, and that went along. Okay, because they asked so many questions on that,
Okay.
and they ended with saying that you don't know about GPU. Saying in sense like in GPU, at last I was defeated, and they won. Okay, because
Okay.
something they asked, and that was I was not able to convince. I was convinced. I had convinced myself, but I was not able to convince them. So
Okay.
they told, okay, no issues. They told definitely one line. They told that no issues. It was out of topic discussion because of your interest. We have discussed. So that is the very good line. They're like, okay, at least sukoon hai. Like next time, next subject, I can go for the next subject.
Okay.
Then they started with operating system, and the operating system they started with, like, you know about the virtual memory concept. They started with virtual memory. Okay, like cool. Start with virtual memory. Then they asked, like, giving you a simple. I want X is a variable. I want data of X. How you will go for the data part? Then tell the entire process. Like when you are requested, like I want X, until it is fetched from memory. What are the process involved? Like mapping to TLB. After TLB, there are mapping from page numbers to something like frame numbers. Then going to the frame number. Then applying cache. Then what is cache? Then everything, every step they have asked. What is this? What is this? Why TLB? If we will remove the TLB, what will happen? What edge the TLB is giving us? Okay, so these questions there. What are the like we know about the cache? There are full associative, set associative, and direct map cache are there. Like which type of cache is DLB kind of? So they ask that, like every deep questions can possible on that. They ask them that thing. So that ended one, that virtual memory ended. Then they asked process synchronization, because that's a important topic of. And they told the famous question that H2O, you have to make the H2O. Okay, and using process synchronization. First you need to make hydrogen, then you need to make oxygen, and then H2O should be made. That should be the process. Then I have used, I intentionally I wrote mutex. Then they asked why mutex, not semaphore at that time. Again, you should have answered that. I told that this is a basic locking process. We don't need counting. We don't need semaphores here. Semaphores will behave same if we'll use the binary semaphore. Behave same. They are not equivalent. Behave same. But why to use them if we can maintain with the mutex? Okay. And some regions also I have at that time put. They are convinced. Okay, cool. Next, move forward. Then I made H2O. Then they tried to complex H2, then O2, then H2O, until the H2O not completes, the first formation is not complete.
You're mentioning about the
So
OS subject. So what
yeah,
and all,
so
what subjects other they asked you?
okay, so in operating system, they basically asked, like it already told, virtual memory and the process synchronization, and then they started with Baladin's anomaly,
Hmm.
and they asked me to give an example where it is like where it can be shown. Okay,
Okay.
I was not able to produce that example because somehow I was not able to do that time.
Hmm.
So I told that sorry, or
Hmm.
I don't know.
Hmm.
Okay, so they were pretty well. Okay, no issues. Then they again switched up to next subject, RDBMS.
Okay.
In that RDBMS, they particularly asked SQL related things, mostly SQL and transaction related things. They asked, like
Hmm.
in SQL, try to write the nested queries, like tough, like they given the some examples, like what you have studied in college. First, they asked what all you have studied. So I
Hmm.
told that SQL and ER diagram and all the normalization on all processes. So they asked, like, given a table structure, try to write this query. They have given one table, and then they
Okay.
asked, see, I want this data, how you will fetch it. That's
Hmm. Hmm.
basically a complex query. Okay,
Hmm.
and they used to ask you that explain this query.
Okay.
They won't say that okay, it's correct. They will try to, like,
Hmm.
you, how you have written this query, what was your approach in this. Okay,
Hmm.
they
Hmm.
may ask you how this query can be optimized also. They may ask you, this was
Okay.
not my question, they were not asked to me, but they can
Hmm.
ask you like how it can be optimized. Okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
so this was one thing. In RDBMS, the next they asked like locking mechanism, how, why locking mechanism has been done, what is the need of that.
Hmm.
Then give some examples of like 2PL, why the other 2PL and timestamp ordering protocols are there,
Hmm.
why they are like they come up like one by one, what is the like improvement in them. Okay,
Okay.
then they asked about the basic question, how locks are implemented. Okay, you told that locks are there, how it will be
Hmm.
implemented in the, like if you'll say in the records basis, how you'll implement it. So this was
Hmm.
the question. So some practical related questions they asked. Again, some basic difference between databases, like they asked that 3 4 databases types, like
Hmm.
diagram is a one, model is one of the modeling of database, RDBMS is there, object oriented is there. So they ask the basic things about that, what are they, and do you have an introduction about them or not.
Hmm.
Then again they ask some give examples, like which are the common database management softwares you have seen or you have ever used. So this
Okay.
was the one part they asked in RDMS.
Hmm. Hmm.
Again they shifted to C language. In C language they asked me to write a program. Okay,
Okay.
that was, I think, some Geeks for Geeks program was there. I was not knowing that. After coming that, I knew that this was a Geeks for Geeks program.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
so but they used to ask you something related to what you have practiced only. They won't ask
Hmm.
you something very difficult. Okay, that you
Okay.
won't be able to solve. They won't ask take a Codeshare question and put in the examination. No, they have asked me the rectangle overlapping rectangle problem, that whether two rectangles are overlapping or not. We need to decide it. We need to
Hmm. Hmm. So Abhilash, you mentioned about the subjects which they asked you in the interview. So from this, I can understand that basically you need to be prepared with the basics of all the subjects, and also while answering, you have to be careful. Like whatever you answer, based on that itself, they will frame one more question. So it is good
yeah.
if you answer to the questions which you know properly. So I understood this from your points. So one more thing I would like to ask is from where the students can prepare for the interview. One you mentioned was Geeks for Geeks. So are there any other
Yeah.
resources available?
See, if you will go for asking that particular question, like you will try to find that this type of question in any book or any
Hmm.
resources, they won't have these questions. Okay, so basic thing is because time is less. So if time is less, then I prefer that you go for either Geeks for Geeks or your notes. But if you have
Okay.
more time, if you want to waste yourself, like you want to acquire more knowledge, basically read the books. Like for
Okay.
OS, if you'll go for Galvin, at the end they have given some examples, like code examples also. Okay, they
Hmm.
have given some real life cases, like even if the Patterson book, if you'll go at the end of the, like every chapter, at the end of every chapter there are some real time stuff.
Hmm.
There they have discussed i3, or there they've discussed the pipelining in i3, like branch handling in i3. So all the things they have discussed, if you'll
Okay.
know the if you'll read that thing, obviously you'll get the practical instance of that. Okay, and
Hmm.
that will clear your doubts. So if the time possible, you can read that part. That's like simple thing. Okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
so that you can summarize in this key, like definitely if you want to, like short time, if you want to prepare, Geeks for Geeks is okay.
Hmm.
But if you want, you are preparing from very like beginning, if you are preparing for that, try to read that real time stuff also. That will
Okay.
give you insight how the things are going on.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay.
Understood, Abhilash. So how is your life at back now?
Okay, so basically those who are coming or want to join, for them I just want to tell you. Okay, first thing, some negative things about BRC. before like going for the positive things. Negative things, you won't get that lucrative life that you expect in Microsoft or Google or that thing. Okay, your office will be not that good. Okay, that good in sense like classroom and all the things are, and AC will be there, don't worry. But that will be not like Google Office, Google headquarters or Apple headquarters if you imagine in your life. Okay, again, salary will not be there big. Like if you are expecting 40 lakh package, 50 lakh package, and a promotion like next year, next 2 years, you'll get two appraisals and all the things. That will be like there will be a pretty much structure is there. You have to follow that structure. Okay, again, here sometimes you need to depend on government's money. Like when they are issuing your funds, how much budget is allocated to you. You may not get your project funding also. Like you have proposed a project, you won't get that funding also. That is a possibility. Okay, so sometimes you may be like fourth, the negative point is this, like sometimes they will put you on some projects which you don't like because it's a need to do, because you're in section and this is a work you need to do, so you have to do. Sometimes every time you won't get the project of your choice. So these are the few disadvantages of coming here. Okay, if they are coming for this.
Okay.
Line pros, if you'll go for like my side, why I am, what I am enjoying. First thing, creativity and innovation has limitless scope here. Like you can do whatever you want. If you have like no like deadlines will be pretty much flexible to yours. If you want to learn and implement something, that's good. That's very good. Okay. Most of the things we do from here scratch, or we use the open source technologies. So learning opportunity for every project we need to learn. So that will give you like so much insights about the project. You know, even the network part, even you know the operating system part, even you know the how you have written the code, like design patterns or software design you have used in that. Like every aspect you have to work with your teams, and team will not be like very big. Okay, team will be also short. So there will be like common communication will be there, and you can develop a good product that time. So learning experience will be more here. Innovation, creativity will be, you have time. Again, if you want, like you will say to your manager or like the director here or whoever is the section head here, like sir, I want to work on this project, I need time like this much, this book I want to study. They will allow you, not like they will tell you no, deliver me the project. You try to read it, then you do it. Okay, work life balance will be very good here. Like you can enjoy your life also. Like there will be a fixed hours of work, after that you can enjoy. That's the thing. So pretty much I like why I am working here is like they have my self pace. I can maintain my self pace. I can maintain my self learning. Simultaneously the organizational development is also going. Okay, so these things I pretty much like here. That's why I'm like, okay, the sensation of working for the government is okay. If you are not satisfied, how you'll work here? Like your satisfaction is also important. So first satisfy yourself, then only you can satisfy the organization. That's the thing. So I believe in that principle. So I am satisfied because I am getting that much time to work. Okay, and I am working on a good projects. Like people are cooperative here. If you want to, they can propose the projects also, and that part is good here. Okay. So that is but you know the cons and pros now. You guys can decide easily.
Yeah. I think wherever we go, there will be both advantages and disadvantages. So let's focus on the advantages side more. So I hope this video will be helpful for all the BARC aspirants. So is there anything you want to share for the future BARC aspirants?
Yeah, sure. Like those who are preparing for next year, they first focus on GATE. Like few points I would like to mention. Like I generally used to get, I want to prepare for BARC, ISRO, DRDO, anything if you want to prepare. I have cracked 3 examination, ISRO, DRDO, BARC, 3 of them. But all of the written I have cracked. So I know that they are not asking anything big in your. Okay, so if you have prepared diligently for GATE, so focus on GATE first. And try to appear in the examination in February. First thing is. Second thing, for the interview perspective, don't be in hurry. For those who are coming for the next year bar, don't be in hurry and try to just go through, like after GATE examination only you have to focus on that. So don't be in hurry. For those aspirants who are coming for interview now, time is short, so don't go for books because that will take much time. So I'll suggest that read your notes, what you have maintained that. Ask what, why, and how question on every important concept. Second and third thing, follow Geeks for Geeks for the practical approach of the knowledge. Okay. That's all I want to tell you, the aspirants.
Okay. Thank you, Abhilash. This was very kindful of you to come here and share your experience at BARC. So thank you very much. And guys, Abhilash will be continuing in the next video. He'll be sharing his GATE experience also. So do watch the next video. Thank you.